I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. Today we're going to talk about a very interesting woman named Saint Bridget of Sweden. Saint John Paul II named her one of the six co-patrons of Europe in 1999, along with Saint Benedict of Nursia, Saint Cyril, Saint Methodius, Saint Catherine of Siena, and Saint Edith Stein. Bridget was born in Sweden. As a child, she says she saw an image of Christ as a man of sorrows with all the wounds of Good Friday and asked him, "Who hurt you?" Jesus replied, "Those who despise me and reject my love for them." This marked her throughout her life. Because of this, she maintained a deep relationship with God. Her parents married her in 1316 at the age of 13 to Ulf Gudmarsson, a Swedish prince of Nerisia who was only 18 years old. Both shared a great love for God, and so they joined the Third Order of St. Francis and dedicated their resources to building a hospital and caring for the needs of the poor. Ulf served on the council of the King of Sweden, and Bridget was a lady in waiting to the Queen. Ulf and Bridget had 8 children, and while raising them as religious figures, they served the poor and fulfilled their duties at the royal court. The couple carried out a great apostolate among both the rich and the poor. They sheltered the destitute and sinners and worked tirelessly to bring the Pope, who had been forced to move to Avignon in France due to many difficulties, back to Rome. Brigitte and Ulf walked in the Camino of Santiago de Compostela with great devotion. On the return journey, Ulf fell ill and died shortly after returning to Sweden in 1344. Upon Ulf's death, Bridget donated her possessions to the poor and consecrated her life to Christ, following God's call to found a new religious order called the Order of the Most Holy Savior, today known as the Bridgetines. However, Brigitte never became a nun. Brigitte was a staunch defender of the Catholic Church, denouncing corruption and worldliness and advocating a return to the values of the gospel. The order of the Bridgetines spread throughout Europe, promoting prayer, penance, and service to others, and still exists today in 19 countries with contemplative and apostolic monasteries. Brigitte returned to Rome to await the return of the Pope of France during the Avignon papacy. She died in Rome, awaiting the Pope's return on July 23rd, 1373. Her children brought her remains to the headquarters of her religious order. Saint Bridget of Sweden, with her profound spirituality, her revelations, the founding of the Brigittine order, her defense of church reform, and her influence on the representations of Christmas, demonstrated that certainly with God we always win.